All right, you got a cross screen here. You either do this or you don't. Lugon Stort has got to jam Al Horford as he comes through this cross screen so Pokusevski can get on the other side. By the way, I don't know where Pokusevski's going, but Lugon Stort, you got to do this. I mean, if you don't do this, then there's this. Okay, if you're switching this right here, then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has got to get underneath Jaylen Brown immediately so he can battle for position. Like, you can't, like, you're not getting underneath Jaylen Brown, so now he's sealing you. I mean, it's just catch, and that's too easy. Okay, I mean, if Lugon Stort is switching here, he's got to communicate. There's no way he communicated because Pokusevski would need to be up, ready to switch. I mean, he just didn't communicate this. So you're expecting Pokusevski to be ready to switch, and he's in drop coverage. Okay, I mean, this is completely on Pokusevski here. Josh Giddey is coming to double the ball, so you need to stay out on the perimeter because you have to be ready to rotate. Like you're going to have to rotate here. And then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would come here, and Josh Giddey would come here. But Pokusevski is, I mean, where are you going? Like, we have 4 Thunder players in the paint right now. It's just a matter of who's going to be wide open. Okay, if you're Aaron Wiggins here, you're boxing out Luke Kornet, you got to use the lower half of your body because you got to move Kornet. Like, you're just basically just standing in front of Kornet. You're not boxing him out. Luke Kornet's moving you. So now this tap back happens. If you're Aaron Wiggins, you got to have way more urgency getting over to Jaylen Brown here. Like, you got a lot of ground to cover. You got to sprint. Like, Aaron Wiggins is just jogging here. It's walking. So now look at this. You're out of position guarding Jaylen Brown. You're playing off your back foot. So now that draws late help and Derek White. If you're Josh Giddey, you cannot be trying to get over this down screen early. Look at First of all, your man is not in front of you, so that's already a problem. But look at Josh Giddey. He's trying to get over this down screen. I mean, come on. So now you're going to get beat back door. That forces Lugon Stort to have to help, and that just leaves Jason Tatum. I mean, this is just bad defense all the way around. If you're Pokusevski, like, you got to be trying to get over the screen. I don't know why Pokusevski is, like, trying to be screened. Like, you got to get up here. And then Lugon Stort needs to get attached to Jason Tatum and show so that Jaylen Brown can't curl. I mean, look, that's how Jaylen Brown is this open, and you obviously can't guard this handoff now. You got to communicate here. Jalen Williams is obviously not going to be able to get to Al Horford. He's going to have to take the ball here. But you got to communicate this because this Thunder player's got to go to Al Horford, obviously. What ends up happening is you have 2 people guarding the ball now and no one taking Al Horford. Okay, I mean, if you're Jeremiah Robinson Earl, like, right here, I mean, it's a loose ball. You got to start going now. Like, I don't know what what is that? Why are you not already sprinting back? What was that sidestep? I mean, that's literally the difference between you being ahead of Jason Tatum and not. I mean, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is helping for no reason. The Thunder and drop coverage off of this pick and roll. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has got to stay home, or at least he can't be moving towards the ball right now on this pass. You're just not going to get out. So it's just pump fake and Grant Williams is wide open. You just can't do this if you're Jalen Williams. You're staring at the ball. Like, why are you not up here ready to guard Jaylen Brown? Like, look at this. You're just, like, what is this closeout? Like, Jaylen Brown catches this. You have no hope of guarding him like this. I mean, again, where is the urgency from Jalen Williams? Like, Marcus Smart, you're already far away from him. Like, you got to sprint. Like, this is just not good enough. Look at Jalen Williams. That's horrible. Like, look at... So now he can just rip and go right by you. Okay, I mean, there's a turnover here. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has to sprint back. I mean, Josh Giddey's going to be playing off his back foot. Like, you have to be sprinting because you need to help. I mean, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, this jogging is like, come on. Again, you're just staring at the ball. Why? Like, and why are you, look at your feet. Why are you, on this pass, you're moving more towards the ball. So Peyton Pritchard is catching this, and you can't guard him like this. I mean, you just gave up an open 3 for no reason. I mean, you're Jalen Williams here. This is drop coverage, and your feet aren't set. Like, you have to keep Jason Tatum in front of you in drop coverage. Any ball handler coming off a ball screen, you have to keep him in front of you. And because you're backpedaling now, look at this. Jason Tatum's not in front of you. So that forces a very aggressive double team. And I mean, Peyton Pritchard's wide open again. Okay, if you're Isaiah Joe here in transition stop, so you need to, when the ball's across half court, the only thing should be worried about is just getting back the quickest way possible. That is just going straight line. That'll get you as far ahead of the ball as possible. If you go towards the ball instantly and go diagonally, that you're not getting ahead of the ball as quick as possible. So look at this. I mean, you're not going to be ready to guard, and you just have to basically give up and hope you get the steal. Okay, I mean, if you're Kenrich Williams, you can't guard like this ever. Like, you have to keep Jaylen Brown in front of you. Like, look at this. So Jaylen Brown's going here, and you're here, and you just stood. Like, why? So now Luguentz Dort has to switch incredibly late, and Jaylen Brown can just rip and go and get in the lane. And, I mean, can't do that against Jaylen Brown. Okay, I mean, if you're Jeremiah Robinson Earl, you have to keep the ball in front of you in drop coverage on a pick and roll. I mean, your feet have to be set. Like, you're going uphill right now as Jason Tatum's got a full head of steam downhill. And I mean, it's just quite simple. You're just not going to keep the ball in front of you that way. The Thunder are in a zone. You got to communicate in the zone. So if Luguentz Dort is taking the ball, you can't have two people guarding the ball. Like, the most vulnerable spot of a zone is the middle of the zone. You got to cover the middle of the zone. So this is where Shai Gilgeous-Alexander needs to go. But now you got two people. I mean, Jason Tatum's wide open. This is just a bad switch all the way around. If you're switching, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has to be up, level to the screener so he's ready to guard, and Luguentz Dort has to get underneath the screener. I mean, none of those things happen. Literally, not either. Okay, I mean, if you're Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jason Tatum catches the ball in the post, you got to immediately be battling for position. Like, you cannot just let him rest on your arm like this. You got to get up, so the second he starts backing you down, you're battling for real estate too. And I mean, you're just letting Jason Tatum, like, look at that. He just moved you almost into the paint. So now you're backpedaling. So this spin move now is just easy. I mean, Jalen Williams is switching the screen. Where's he going? Like, look at this. Jalen, why are you... Whoa. Like, you're supposed to be here. Like, so now you're going to be late. That draws a double. That leaves Horford. Okay, I mean, if Pokusevski is coming to double, first of all, Jalen Williams needs to then force Jason Tatum into this double team. And then Luguentz Dort, you have a double coming. So Luguentz Dort should be out here on the perimeter. Like, you should not be dropping towards the ball here. Like, Luguentz Dort's coming to the ball, so now Marcus Smart catches it. You're not ready to guard. It's an open three. Okay, I don't know why Luguentz Dort is coming to help, and I really don't know why he's staying here. Like, Marcus Smart just picked his dribble up. What you should be getting right out to Derek White now. Like, Jalen Williams is fine. Marcus Smart just lost his dribble. But you're just staying, and now you just completely fell asleep on Derek White, and he's open. I mean, Marcus Smart's just dribbling the ball casually. Why is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander not getting in a defensive stance? That is not a defensive stance. Your feet are way too close together. So the second Marcus Smart makes the slight... Look at that. He didn't even really do anything. He just took one dribble, and you're immediately backpedaling. Like, that's it. But Marcus Smart's going to blow by you. I mean, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hits a layup here to cut it to 3. You're still in the game. Jalen Williams has got to get up, ready to guard. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, like, you got to be ready to guard here. Like, Pokusevski's got to find his man. Like, you just got a bunch of Thunder players stand. Look at this. I mean, you have 4 Thunder players basically just standing around. Like, so, like, the game's over now?